we really want to find out whether you're better off with a juicy petrol or a super economical diesel. And that's why we've assembled two nearly identical cars, both Audi A6s, both in SE trim. The black car has a 3-litre TFSI engine. The silver car is also a 3-litre, but in this case a diesel, a bi-turbo diesel. What that means? Well, 313 brake horsepower, 479 pound-per-foot of torque, 0 to 60 in 5.1 seconds, and allegedly 44.1 miles to the gallon. With this, all the numbers are big in the right places and small where it counts. The question we have to ask though is a pretty simple one. Is diesel, the formerly very slow but now clearly rather brisk fuel of choice for reps everywhere, the more entertaining selection for a driver? The only question is though, which one do I take first? Oh, thank you. The route we're going to take is pretty simple. We're starting here at the office and going to Brighton's Madeira Drive. We're following the London to Brighton run. And there's a reason for that, because the route itself encompasses lots of different types of roads. So you've got town, country, motorway, A, B, wibbly wobbly, straight and boring. Pretty much everything you need to test a car. Now, we'll be counting our MPG using the car's trip computers, and fun, well, that'll be measured almost entirely subjectively. Both the cars we've got here are in SE trim for good reason. S-Line trim, while a touch more expensive, is also known for being a bit bumpy. We're after an exec saloon that offers everything apart from a bad back. S-Line also gets you some jazzy body kit type stuff to let the pros know that you're the king of your particular castle. The A6 is Audi's take and competitor to the likes of the BMW 5 Series, and each new iteration comes with newer and fancier tech. So this version, for example, can come with front, rear and side facing parking cameras, LED headlamps that link with the sat-nav and then adjust themselves to suit the road ahead. You've got lane departure assist, active cruise control, and even adjustable ride and suspension settings you can fiddle with in the car's MMI system. So basically, lots of tech. The engine in this thing is just lovely. Remember the specs from earlier? 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds, 300 brake horsepower, 324 pound-per-foot. It tops out at 155 too. That's thanks to a lovely little supercharger bolted onto the V6. While my petrol-loving self has just one supercharger, I have not one but two turbochargers attached to my diesel V6, and frankly, they're both spectacular. I mean, one method of forced induction. Bless. On both cars, the interior build quality is second to none. Everything, and I mean everything, feels as solid as you can get. It's something Audi excels at, making cars with interiors that will outlast their first, second and probably third owners' grandchildren. The country lane leg of the journey requires that efficiency mode to be forgotten, and the car's set to dynamic mode. Dynamic, for those who don't know, is Audi's for make it go really fast. The engine is simply intoxicating in here. I mean, being a petrol, it revs nice and high, it sounds really lovely, it's so quiet and smooth and refined, and on tick over it makes no noise at all. But the fact of the matter is, I have more torque. Plant your foot in this thing and the world goes backwards and you hit the speed limit about as quickly as thrust SSC did the sound barrier. But it sounds like a tractor. It does sound a little bit rough on startup, I will concede that, but no, you don't really have the advantage there, petrol boy. the official MPG from the BiTurbo is 37.1. Pleased with that. Don't think I'm going to win this one. It's 23.2 miles to the gallon. So the day is done and the MPG winner is obviously the diesel, but what about fun? The petrol is lovely and smooth, but the BiTurbo has so much shove it's almost impossible not to grin like a loon when you give it some. The performance faithful will always maintain that petrol is the way to go, but with the diesel's power, you'd be a fool to ignore it.